He was born with aortic stenosis, and it was irreparable. He required a heart transplant to survive, so we needed a heart, and the fact that they donated it was incredible. Riley got very lucky in a sense because he was put on the waiting list on February 29th and transplanted March 5th. 5 days he was on the list, but he had been sick and in hospital all of his life, just about, home for just small periods. My mom knew that someday at least me, but probably Riley too, would want to know where that heart came from and who saved his life. So she did some digging, and thankfully Mariah's mom, Carrie, had written an article in a magazine. And when my mom Googled all the information that she had, this woman and her family popped up on Google, and my mom thought that could very well be them. And then it just took me some time to absorb it all, and then wondering how they would react. But on Father's Day weekend this year, so 2014, we contacted him. So I just friended him on Facebook, and he had to ask me who I was, and then I told him, and now here we are. How do I know you? And I said, you don't, but let me tell you a little bit about myself. And I told them that I believed them to be the ones who had saved Riley's life. And they then responded the next morning early. And he said, I had to wake my wife up. I had no idea what to say. We're emotional. They had wanted to connect with Riley. He was the only missing link left because they knew where her kidneys had gone, and they'd met everybody who had tried to save her. But they didn't know about the little boy in Canada, so they were anxious to hear, and this was just overwhelming because they didn't think they'd ever know exactly who we were, and we didn't think we'd ever know exactly who they were. So it was overwhelming and emotional for everybody, and it was Father's Day, so he said it was a pretty awesome Father's Day present to hear about his little girl.